My name is John McKeon, and I'm the moderator of the Teradata Primo River community, Teradata and Primo's largest customer community. You can connect with us at teradataRiver2.com. Today, we'd like to welcome Nancy Murray, database administrator and a Teradata certified master for Coca-Cola Refreshments, to the River community. Coca-Cola Refreshments is basically the bottling arm of the North America Coca-Cola Company. Nancy, welcome to the River.
Thank you very much, John. It's a thrill to be here with you today.
Nancy, you are presenting at the Partners Conference this year, and your session is called Stop Being a Bartender and Let Your Bar Serve You. So it should be a really interesting talk about backup and all kinds of things related to that. So let me ask you something. How has your backup scenario evolved over the past year?
Well, we initially came from a mainframe backup environment. We were using FICON channels, but our backups, due to the amount of data we were backing up, was taking approximately anywhere from 32 to 36 hours. After we implemented our bar solution, our backups went down to about 6 hours, which was a phenomenal gain for us.
Well, Nancy, but were you backing up everything, or was that just major tables?
At first, on the mainframe backups, we were doing subsets of our primary tables, only backing up 2 years' worth of data and other pertinent databases. After going to the bar solution, due to the gains that we had in the time, we actually changed our backups to back up all of the tables in virtually all databases.
And so how many years is that are you backing up?
We're backing up about 10 years worth of data.
Oh, that's amazing. And what about timing? What about the timings? Have they changed in terms of the backup timing?
Yes, we start our backups now around 5 o'clock in the morning, which is similar to what we used to do on the mainframe, except now we're actually done by about noon to 1 o'clock. We have expanded our window somewhat recently because we've added duplication to our process, but the actual time spent on the database system itself is reduced down to about 3.5 hours.
Oh, that's amazing. What about triggers? How were you triggering backups before in the mainframe, and how are you doing it now?
On the mainframe, we use the Tivoli scheduler, which does have job triggering capabilities. And we were also able to run certain jobs with steps back to back, such as our daily refresh. We would have a single job that would have a step that would perform the backup, create a new generation data set, and then the second step would refer back to that generation data set through JCL to do the copy down to our QA system. In the environment we had now, we have to set up the backup. It is scheduled at 7:30, but then each night we had to go and create the script so that we would pick up the most current backup. This tended to be a little bit cumbersome for us, so we looked for some alternatives to that.
Well, Nancy, what about the amount of things you're backing up now versus before? I mean, now, are you backing up to QA systems? What additional things are you actually backing up that you didn't do before?
Okay. On a regular basis, we do not back up our QA, but we do frequently do system refreshes or table refreshes. We have increased our data that we are backing up on production, and we are able to now easily copy data to our development environment as well.
And what about the big one, disaster recovery? How has that changed?
That is becoming quite easy now compared to what we used to do. We do back up our JIR and SR directories for the bar environment, as well as some cron information that we use to submit certain bar jobs. And our disaster recovery used to take about 2 days, and the last time we ran our tests, we did it in about 8 hours.
Oh, that's amazing. So what about some other scripts or commands like cron scripts? What are some other really neat scripts that you can use to enhance your backup?
Well, in Netbackup, there's not a job triggering or dependency like you have in tools like Tivoli. So we wanted to tighten our window even more between jobs, which were based on time schedules. So we've developed a script that will evaluate what jobs have run, and then based on that, we'll submit a Netbackup command line to execute the next job in the schedule. This has worked out great. We have tightened our window by about 2 hours by doing this, and it keeps our hands out of it, the DBA's hands, and we don't have to sit and babysit the backups like we used to do. We also utilize the TARA and Netbackup scheduling features for our daily refreshes. The backup is scheduled and executed through Netbackup, but then we have to replicate or rebuild the restore script in order to pick up that most current version of the backup. So I have another script that will go and execute TAR commands to find out what the last source ID was for that given backup, store it into the res script, and then execute. Totally hands-off on our QA refresh.
Oh, that's amazing. What a difference. Nancy Murray, database administrator, Teradata certified master, Coca-Cola Refreshments. She'll be speaking of partners. If you are into backups, you need to come and hear Nancy talk. Nancy, look forward to seeing you at Partners.
I look forward to seeing everyone there.